Warning, the following video contains 100% authenticity, facts and logic only, and is toxically masculine. So, if you're easily offended or you don't want to learn something new, then fuck off and go be a pussy somewhere else.
Gentlemen, get ready because for today I'm going to be talking about the biggest mistake that most guys make when they enter a relationship. So with that said, let's get straight into it. Now guys, the biggest mistake that I've noticed that most guys make when they enter a relationship is becoming weak, agreeable yes men. Now this is a bit complex, so I'm going to break it down into each step. Now what I mean by this, I mean by becoming a weak, agreeable yes man. Basically, it's just becoming a man who bends the knee to his girlfriend or to his wife, does anything she says, is very unhappy. You know, he must make her happy, right? And he is unhappy himself. He's just a little bitch, okay? He's her little bitch. He does everything she says and this and that. Now, obviously, this is terrible, right? But I believe what's more terrible is how normalized this has become. I mean, here in the West, at least, I live in America. Maybe if you're in Eastern Europe, if you're in the East, and I don't know, UAE or Saudi Arabia, it's not this way, right? But I mean, at least in most of the other world and most of the West, it's this way, unfortunately. And I can't tell you guys how many amount of times I've witnessed this in person. There was one time I live in, like I said, in America now, but I used to live in Ottawa, and there was one time where I was at a Walmart, and there was I would assume it was a marriage, or at least a couple, right? There was a girl, there was a mother, right? She was a fat, ugly woman with a baby right here, like with the, with the bag, and the dude was picking out the diapers, right? So she was like in the food aisle, I was in the same aisle as her, it was like the food aisle, and he was coming with the diapers, right? And she just started yelling at him. I was like, "What the fuck? You got the wrong diapers, you useless piece of shit!" And it was crazy. And I can't even tell you how many times I've heard women talking shit about their husbands behind their back. Like there were a couple times I'd go downtown Ottawa in the summers, and sometimes I'd stop by a coffee shop. I'd take my laptop. I'd do some work there. I'd do some YouTube editing. And I would just hear some shit about women just saying, "Oh my god, my husband is fucking useless." And then they just talk about some other guy they found attractive. So I could tell you a couple stories about this, but it's fucking terrible, guys. And what you need to understand is the following, all right? As men, our mission, why we're here on the planet, well, the reason we're here on the planet is to have kids, right? But why we're here is to chase excellence, right? To become a man. Men must become, all right? Women just are. You know, being a man is fucking awesome, guys, because as a man, your life is basically a video game. You choose what you want to do, you choose who you want to hang out with. This is like, you have a bunch of choices to make that eventually are going to give you an end result of who you become. Are you going to be a fat piece of shit who's a nobody? Or are you going to be that rich, strong guy that everybody looks up to? I mean, that's why life is amazing. Now, I'm in the beginning stages, been training for a while, getting a lot of experience sparring. Hopefully, I start competing in jiu-jitsu stuff and Muay Thai stuff, and get ready before my first amateur cage fight, which I want to do by the end of this year, as well as wrestling. Get wrestling. Level up my ground game, right? So I'm a nobody right now, but everything I do, all this work that I do, is one day, it's leading up to something, right? That's why being a man is amazing. And as men, I mean, I'm just gonna like talk, about what I want to do, right? I mean, fucking wanting to become an MMA fighter, I got punched in the face, I get kicked in the face, knee, elbow. I mean, it's fucking brutal. Okay, you need to be very strong up here, and you really need to want it, right? But it's just insane to me how, as men, we have the ability of violence, we have the ability to be such fucking monsters and such warriors, yet you're so weak that you can be controlled by a fucking woman because she has a pussy. That is the most absurd thing that I can't understand how men are so fucking weak. All right, I'm gonna give you the best example I have of this. Right, so at the time we filming this, we're around the end of February. Right, this happened on the week, like the last week of December. Right, I was at a dinner with a woman, her daughter, and my mom. Right, it was and the woman's boyfriend. So we're there at dinner, right? It was like a couple days before New Year's, right? And we're just there eating, And at some point in the conversation, we got to asking about, why I don't have hair. Because I shave my head. I mean, you can see I have my hairline, but, I shave my head. So it's like weird. It's like, why would you shave your head if you don't have hair? And I just told him, I have a great video about, why I'm bald. It's up here somewhere. But I told him, hair it's stupid. It's useless. There's no point. I like being bald. I like the way it looks. I like the way it feels amazing. And you know what they said to me? The woman, right, the older woman said, "Oh, but what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when you have a girlfriend? Like, what are you gonna do?" And I told her, "I'm not gonna change for anybody." And the daughter, like this woman's daughter, told me, "When you have a girlfriend, you'll do anything for her. You're gonna see. You're gonna see." I've had girlfriends before, by the way, but guys, if I had a girlfriend and like let's say like I was here on my chair and she's caressing my head and she's like, "Oh baby, I want you to have hair. You're ugly bald." Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna smack her, but I would end it, right? Guys, you need to understand. You shouldn't be changing for somebody else. You should only be changing for yourself, and you should be changing for the better. All right, guys. The fact that, like I said, a fucking woman, and I'm not a misogynist, but I mean a woman. Like as a man, I told you how you're capable of being such an animal, and to have a woman who is weaker than you tell you what to do, fucking sometimes even abuse you. Domestic violence, right? Treat you like shit, go and cheat on you. Like this is all unacceptable, guys. It really is, and there's a process, and what's called in the red pill, the betatization of 1,000 concessions, which is basically the softening of a man in the period of a relationship, until eventually becoming a plow horse. Guys, you have no idea the amount of men out there today that are so fucking unhappy. I mean, check the stats. Look at all the men who are committing suicide. Look at all these men. They're fucking heartbroken. They're nothing but a fucking plow horse. That's the sad reality of them. Kids don't like them, don't respect them. The women doesn't love them. And once a woman doesn't love you, it's done. The woman doesn't love them. She's either thinking about or is already cheating on them. They don't make much money, or all the money goes to shit for the kids and the wife, nothing for him. They live in a house that she wanted. He probably has a mortgage to pay. He has a car to pay. I mean, life is fucking hell. That's what I've told you guys. Fuck being average. Choose to be exceptional. The average man is miserable, right? But more than anything, he's a bitch. Don't become this. Don't become a weak little agreeable man. You need to be working hard to become somebody. Like I said, men must become, and that's why it's so amazing to be a man. But guys, if you don't do the work, your options are going to be limited. But the point is this, all right, guys. I pretty much explained it all with this issue. It's something so fucking terrible, right, guys? You can't bend the knee to anybody. In life, there are going to be people who are superior to you. A boss, a mob boss, right? There's always going to be somebody you need to respect. I respect my coaches. I respect my teammates. You get the point, right? There's always going to be people you respect. But the fact that just think about this. I want you to think about this, right? How as men, I don't know how long we've been on this earth. But in the beginning of men, we used to fight with our fucking bare hands. We'd fucking kill wolves with our bare hands. We'd have spears and we'd hunt bears and we'd do all this crazy shit. After all this evolution and all this comfort, we've become weak little soy boys. That's fucking insane, guys. That's fucking insane. It really is, guys. I mean, you can just see how fucking smart I am with how deeply I analyze things, guys. Analyze everything, right? Analyze a lot of people you meet, analyze, and you'll see all these things, guys. This is the reality of society nowadays and of men in society. They've become very weak, very complacent, agreeable. They do everything for the woman. They're just, it's fucking terrible, right, guys? You need to be strong, And the final thing I want to tell you is that's what women want, right? Women, you got a lot of women out here saying they like fat guys. That's all fucking bullshit, all right? A lot of women just say that because they're insecure, right? Let's say if it's a relationship, two people, right? And you're more attractive than her, she's gonna be insecure that you cheat, that you fuck other girls, that other girls want you, and you're gonna leave her, right? That's why a lot of times women say, "Oh, I like fat guys, this and that," and also because it's politically correct now, right? With body acceptance and all this garbage, right, guys? But no matter what women say, never listen to women. Women's advice in dating is typically garbage, right? There's a lot of guys whose advice you could listen to. I'll link some YouTube channels down below. But guys, women like strong man. Women like masculinity. Alright guys? They fucking love it. They love masculinity. Especially nowadays with all these weak little men. Women are dying for fucking masculinity. Women are dying for strong men. Okay? There's a thing called shit test, right? Which is basically a test that a woman will do to you to see who you are and what level you're on. Are you more of a little bitch or are you more of a masculine, strong man, right? It could be anything from saying something like "carry my handbag" or "I bet you say this to all the girls" or "how many girls are you talking to?" Right? All this shit, right? And it's just to see how much of a little bitch you are. And if you fail and you're needy and you're you really worship her, you can't imagine yourself without her, right? And you do everything for her, she's gonna have no respect for you. And that's one of the most, if not the most important thing in a relationship with a man and a woman, is for the woman to have respect for him. Because the woman could dislike you, right? But if she has respect for you, you have her. She's yours. There used to be a guy in my high school. His girl, I'd always see she looked a bit pissed sometimes, but she was always with him, and I got the impression that he was a jerk. I never met him, right? But he seemed like a very, just somebody who who's just dislikable, right? But he was masculine, he was strong, and his girl loved him. That's why she stayed with him, right? She respected him, and he was fucking her right. So that's why that works. So just to give an example, right, guys? If a woman respects you, right? If you fuck her well, and if you show her that you're masculine, that you're a fucking man, you have it, right? You don't have to be worrying about this. But if you don't, you fucking do. Don't go out there dating girls right now if you're fucking skinny, if you're ugly, if you're not strong, if you're not mentally strong, right? If you can't show her, who's the man really, right? Work on yourself and all these things until you're good enough at the point where you go out and get girls. But guys, don't forget, all right? I know I've been ranting a little bit. It's a longer video than usual, but I've covered many really good points. I hope that you listen to everything. Don't become agreeable, right? Never do things to please women. Never do things to change for women. You see this a lot in movies where a woman tries to change a guy. That's garbage, all right, guys. Change for yourself. Have fucking hunger, right? Have that hunger to be successful. If you know a bit about me, you watch other videos, I'm extremely fucking hungry, right? But I'm not gonna talk about myself right now. Be hungry, all right, guys. Be fucking hungry. Crave success. Fucking crave money. Don't stop thinking about money. Be at a point where you're so paranoid that you have to think about how you're gonna make money, right, guys? Because that's the goal in life, right? That the goal is to become successful as a man. And the goal for women is to have a nice family, right? But a lot of women are gonna shit test you. And if you're a bitch, you're gonna fail. She's not gonna respect you. She's not gonna love you. She's probably not even gonna want to fuck you. And because you're too afraid to lose her, you're just gonna stay around like a little bitch, right, guys? So don't be agreeable. Don't be weak. Be strong. Be masculine. I'm just gonna leave you off with this. Be the man other men want to be, or they want to hang around with, and other women want to fuck. See you next time.